will remain a city of immigrants, a city built by immigrants, powered by immigrants, and as of tonight, led by an immigrant.
So that speech is making its way around TikTok, and I've seen quite a few of my Black American brothers and sisters in uproar about it. And to a degree, I understand. I understand that you feel disrespected. I understand the frustration with the fact that Black Americans are overlooked. The fact that we are the ones that built this country. Our ancestors built this country off of free labor. We didn't immigrate here, right? Other people immigrated here and they added on to what we built. We established the foundation of America, right? So I get your frustration, but at the same time, we already know this. We've already established that immigrants disrespect Black Americans. Not all of them. Not all of them, but we already understand that they try to erase who we are and what we have done. And the fact that our fight is the reason why they are even here in America today. We've established that. Why are we still upset? Why are we still allowing that to take over and control our emotions and how we feel? There's no reason for it. We know they don't like us. We know that they disrespect us. And a lot of times they align with white supremacy. We know that. Why are we allowing this to affect us? Let's work on us coming together. Let's work on getting policies and laws made and written for us. Let's work on our community. Let all that noise go in one ear and out the other.
All right, y'all. So as somebody who supports Zohran, Mamdani, I also think it's important for me as an immigrant Black woman to use my platform to call out the erasure of Black Americans that he accidentally, I don't know if it was accidentally or intentionally, did during his speech when he said immigrants built New York City. As a Black immigrant who has benefited from Black Americans and who I am today because of Black Americans, I believe that this is a teachable moment, and hopefully Zohran can change what he has done, because for him to say that immigrants built New York City is actually not true. Black Americans built New York City. Black Americans built America. And they're constantly erased when it comes to the conversations of who built this country. And as somebody who will always use her platform to call out any harm that is being done to Black Americans, I think it's important for me to say that I don't agree with Zohran saying immigrants built New York City, because they didn't. Yes, there are a lot of immigrants in New York City, and yes, there are a lot of immigrants in America, but at the end of the day, the people who built this country are enslaved Black people, are Black Americans. America is what it is today because of Black Americans. So I hope that Mamdani, you correct the situation and take accountability that you effed up. Like, that was not cool what you said. So I should work with you though, but I don't agree with the statement that immigrants built New York City, because they didn't. And it is very disrespectful to the Black American community to say some shit like that. So I hope you correct it and you do the right thing. Okay. Shout out to the Black Americans. I love y'all so much, and I would not be who I am in this country if it was not for Black Americans, enslaved people. I would not be Kumoyo if it wasn't for Black Americans. I am in this country because of Black Americans. The freedoms that I have are because of Black Americans. And it's about damn time that they get all the flowers and the respect that they deserve from white people, non-Black people, and other Black folks. So yeah, shout out to all my Black Americans. I love y'all, and I really pray and hope that Mamdani, you make this situation right.
Okay, so Zohran Mamdani just made history as New York City's first South Asian mayor, right? But what's really turning heads is that he won 61% of the black vote. Even after months of headlines claiming he forgot about black people, that's a major swing. Early on, he struggled to connect, right? Many black voters wasn't really feeling him like that, especially after it came out that he once checked black or African American on a college form. That rubbed folks wrong because it felt like identity politics being used as a costume. Then came a deeper concern, right? Was he really listening to black communities or just talking about them? Some leaders thought his agenda, especially things like police reform and socialist-style housing proposals, sounded good on paper but didn't match the reality of what working-class black families deal with day to day. Safety, jobs, rent, that's the language that we speak. But here's where the turnaround happened. Mamdani did something a lot of candidates don't do once they get called out, right? He showed up. He went to Harlem, Bed-Stuy, South Jamaica. He talked to folks in churches and barbershops, block parties. He stood next to people like Al Sharpton and Letitia James, and he listened. He started connecting the dots between his policies and what black New Yorkers have been fighting for: ownership, equity, and justice. By election day, that effort paid off. Black voters, especially young black voters, came out for him. 84% of the young black voters rolled with him. That's not luck, y'all. That is because of his engagement. Now, let's be real. This doesn't mean that every black voter trusts him yet. Some still see him as an outsider. Some see him as a risk. But politically speaking, this was a turning point. Black voters once again became a deciding factor in shaping the direction of America's biggest city. And that's the part that we cannot overlook. Every time black folks organize and vote with purpose, we shift the balance of power from New York to Georgia to the White House. So the real question is this: did Mamdani truly earn the black vote, or did he just borrow it for now? Because if he doesn't deliver on his promises, affordable housing, safer streets, fair jobs, and community investment, that same coalition that built him up could turn on him just as fast. So we just got to make sure that we pay attention, not to who just talks our language, but to who actually walks the walk.
Who built New York City? New York's new mayor, Zohran Mamdani. I probably butchered it, so I apologize. I was with his speech and everything he had going all the way up until he said New York City was built by immigrants, powered by immigrants, and now ran by immigrant, whatever the hell. Get that part? But it was not built by immigrants. It was built by enslaved black Americans. Let's not erase history. And this be my issue sometimes when immigrants get in power. It's like y'all want to erase the history and the foundation of America. And it kind of annoys me sometimes because it's just like you could have said built by enslaved Africans, developed by immigrants. He said nothing about American citizens at all in the ending of that speech at all. He gave all the credit to immigrants. And New York City does have the highest population of immigration. Definitely understand that it is a multicultural city. That's what makes New York what it is. Definitely love that, but let's not discredit people. Let's not discredit actual American citizens, okay? I don't know, y'all could cheer me up in the comments, but I just pay attention to little stuff like that, and yeah, I just wasn't feeling that part, so And I did do my research on him, and I see that he was campaigning in clubs and churches. He was campaigning to Jews. Like, he was hitting every corner, Caribbeans, Latinos, black Americans. He has been hitting every corner of campaigning. But let's be real. We know how campaigning works. You got to get people on your team. I'll continue to do more research on him because I don't know too much about him. And yeah, I don't know. It's just something a little, I don't know. And just an FYI, black Americans are not immigrants to America.
Hello and welcome to yet another interesting episode in this channel. Today we will be discussing about Zohran Mamdani and the backlash that has been going on between Zohran Mamdani and the black American community. Now, recently in his victory speech, Mamdani declared New York built by immigrants, powered by immigrants, and as of tonight, led by an immigrant. Now, that is according to him, but according to black Americans, that is all wrong. And it's not just according to black Americans, it's according to anyone who does understand the American history. We all know that America was built on the backs of black Americans. So while he said that black Americans did not take it easy on him, if anything, it has really made black Americans, some of them to be angry at him and some of them to really throw words at him. So I'll first begin by trying to explain what Mamdani would or tried to probably mean. First of all, Mamdani is an immigrant himself, born and raised in Uganda. His city, built by immigrants in this case, him framing it like this, was most likely probably celebrating New York's diversity and the role of immigrants in the labor force, not necessarily denying other people's contributions. So maybe, just maybe, giving him a benefit of doubt, that was probably what he was trying to mean, and not just writing off the efforts that black Americans did. But why are many black Americans taking it as something offensive? Why are many black Americans feeling offended by this? Some feel arrest several black Americans or black New Yorkers, and commentators say his phrasing ignores that black Americans, especially descendants of enslaved people, are not immigrants and had a foundational role in building New York. How to correct or clarify without blaming? That is exactly what black Americans should be focusing on right now, because I know, or I think, having known Mamdani for who he was, 61% of black voters did vote for him simply because he kind of tried to blend in with black people. He simply thought of all black people as immigrants, which is not the case. And I think that was the mistake that he made, probably willingly or unwillingly. But either way, I don't think he had any intentions of harming black people. I've seen videos of black people probably trying to taint his name or to stain his name. I don't think that should be the case, or that should be what's going on. Anyway, those are just my thoughts. Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section, and I'd be really glad to know what your thoughts are. As usual, I am your presenter and your host, Kachina. If at all you did enjoy the video, then please give it a thumbs up, and also consider sharing the video and also supporting the channel by subscribing. Thank you. Until we meet again, I hope to be seeing you in the next video.